Hello everyone, welcome to Badass ABCs for Adults by Happiness Homemade for You. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel and for liking us on Facebook. This is Lesson 10. Get ready for a quick breakdown of homework. You can find these downloads for free on Facebook at Happiness Homemade for You.
Holy in the moly, y'all. Under construction. We have finally made it to A10, which means this is going to be the last video where I explain why we are doing each of the lessons. Okay, so check it. Those of you who are going to see this a year from now, you're like, I don't even know what she was freaking out about. But those of you who are watching in real time, holy in the moly. I have been called in to research a whole bunch of political stuff, and I actually cried today on the stuff that is delaying me, okay? But it's important, but it does always bring me back to, y'all need to learn how to read, and this is probably the best thing in my heart that I can do to help everyone right now. And I hope that it is helpful. Again, this is going to be the last explanation of what is happening in the lessons of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? And then the pattern's going to repeat, but there's going to be no explanation once we get to the letter B. We are on A10, which is your homework. All right. So I've got my notes over here. I think you can see a little bit of my office where all the worksheets are hiding, which actually took me several weeks to prepare. But I got the whole system together, hopefully. Okay, so here we go. Homework. Let me see, my note says that I'm supposed to wear my construction hat. My guy brought my glasses, and I got my vest. Okay, so aside from all the other stuff I'm doing, the house is being remodeled. So I asked our construction dude today, what are the rules on construction? Can I wear this vest? What else? Okay, because I'm like nerd style. And he approved the vest. And he called this a brain bucket. And then I told him that my brain is actually pretty small, so I had to adjust it to fit my brain. All right. Okay, so it's condensed. The brain is condensed. Hopefully that means that it's more powerful and undiluted. Here we go. My notes say, on the homework, I've got your brain connections are under construction. All of the lesson 10s are just extra tools if desired, okay? And so I've got 1, 2, okay, I have a total of 6 things that I'd like to put into these lesson 10s. We'll see how it goes, okay? And what I'm going to do, since I'm really just trying to get this out because there's a lot going on, but I need you. I need you. I need this work. I need to feel like what we are doing is valuable. What you are doing is valuable. But you know, I'm a little bit selfish. I need to feel like what I'm doing is valuable too. So here we go. They're all tucked inside here on the desk that I have set out. So I'm probably going to edit, so don't be freaked out. I'll edit, and what I'll do is I'll bring it out, I'll mention it, and then I'll give you a closer screenshot of what I'm hoping will be standard in the 10 lessons. I'm not guaranteeing that they will be standard, but I've got most of them actually already made. So hopefully they are. Okay, here we go. So number 1 is going to be your MAD. It's based on a lesson I used to call a MAD minute. Okay? This particular let me grab it and then I'll give you a close-up screenshot. Alright, it's going to take me a day to edit this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a screenshot of what a MAD minute is. There we go. And that was something that I used when I was an elementary school teacher when we started the math lesson. We would we would give each of the children a MAD minute, and you have 1 minute to go through all of those math equations. And there goes my construction guy. He's so awesome. So we would do a math minute. You have 1 minute to do these math equations, and it's a personal challenge. You didn't get graded on whether or not you finished it. It was the student who was aware of how far they could get in 60 seconds. So I love that, and it was a great way to like get your mind ready for the math lesson, and challenging yourself and your own abilities and goals. And I just loved it so much. So one of the worksheets, one of the homework worksheets that I created for A through Z is, now Mad Minute I think is like probably a copyrighted name. So what I called it is, let's see, a 60-second badass blitz. And what I did was I took the alphabet and put it out of order, okay? And your job to get your mind ready, you can do it at the beginning of when you're doing your ABC lessons. You can do it at the end of the week to check your progress. Yes, I'm checking my notes. You can do it every day over and over again, the same one. Do the same one, okay? The goal is, how far can you get in 1 minute? It's a personal test, babes. It's personal, okay? For level 1, you're just learning the alphabet. Here's an option that you can do with it. Just say the letter out loud. How many letters do you know and recognize, and say them out loud in 1 minute? Okay, level 1, level 2, write it. Write the letter. It's the Danielian handwriting that I love. Okay, and I start for each of the A through Z. The first letter is going to be the letter that we're working on for that week. Okay, so say it out loud. Okay. When you're really ready to rock a 60-second badass blitz, the way it's supposed to be done is you say the letter and write it. Say the letter and write it. Say the letter and write it, and see how far you can get in 60 seconds. If you are seriously at level 1, I do want you to feel successful. So you can circle. Circle what you don't know. Circle what you don't know. Circle what you don't know. See how far you can get in 1 minute. You will improve. This type of worksheet and the original Mad Minute that I used to use when I was teaching kids math was so effective. 0 penalty for not finishing. It's a personal test. Okay, so I've already created all of those for A through Z. So that is going to be standard homework if you want that extra practice. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Hold on. Worksheet 2 is word searches, babes. All right, here we go. Okay, word searches. I've mentioned word searches before as a good way to practice your alphabet and practice learning some new words, because you can go to Walmart and you can get word search books. Okay, for like $1, or the dollar store for $1, okay? So one of the homework sheets that I have made from A to Z, have I made them? Oh, I'll be making them as we go. Okay, word searches. What I did, because this is a fun way to review all the letters of the alphabet and practice any spelling words that I gave you through the lessons, through A, through B, through C. What I want you to do is, let's see, level 1. Level 1, if you're still learning the letters of the alphabet, you can literally just circle and try to find all the letters of the alphabet. See if each of the letters of the alphabet, A through Z, made it into the word search. Let's see, looking at my notes there. Okay, level 2. Okay, so I've got, what I did is, or what I plan to do is, I've got a word search that is a level 1 word search. Let me hold that and then put it closer on your screen because it's going to have lines so it's easier to look at. Okay, and come on back, and then I'm going to also put up a word search of bonus words that'll come up in the lesson, and you'll notice right away, close up, that this one doesn't have lines. Okay? Okay, come on back. So that's my goal, is for this to be standard in the lesson 10s of the homework. That, so level 2, that you can do, level 1 and level 2 can do either finding the letters of the alphabet in order or finding the words that we covered during the lesson, or level 3 and 4 without the lines to find your bonus search words. Okay, these I'm creating on, just to give creds where creds are due, the wordsearch.com/maker. So those of you who are people who are helping someone else learn how to read, you can go to this website, and whatever words you have chosen to study, you can go to the word search.com/maker, and you can make your own word searches. Okay, because I know that all of you have whatever it is, and I hope you do have your own spelling list that you're working on every week, and you can take that. You and your partner in learning can go to the wordsearch.com maker and make your own spelling list, or excuse me, word search list. So it was a fun thing. It was a little bit tricky when I was teaching to pull it together because this website didn't exist, but this website is super duper cool. So anyway, so let me see, and I think that covers it. Okay, rock and roll. That's 2 worksheets. Here we go. Time to edit. We're going to go for worksheet number 3, which is lyrical linguistics. What is that? I wrote these notes so long ago. Be right back. All right. Okay. I'm starting to remember. Okay. Seriously, I've been working on this for weeks. Okay. Worksheet number 3, which I hope is standard, is going to be lyrical linguistics. Now, those of you who watched that lesson about lyrical linguistics, I think for lesson A we did, it's tricky. Okay. So what I did was I took It's Tricky by Run DMC, and I made the font smaller, and I made it fit on one sheet. Okay. Lyrical linguistics, and we talked about it when I was doing that lesson. What was lyrical linguistics? Lyrical linguistics is lesson 6. I actually have Post-its on my wall in the office. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, lesson 8. A8 was lyrical linguistics. My goal actually is with lyrical linguistics, because you don't have to like the music that I like. You need to find the songs you like. You already know the words to songs that you like. If you're working with a partner, this homework sheet of lesson 3 is actually to encourage you to find with your partner, if you have a learning partner, a teaching partner, to find the YouTube song and the lyrics, and for you to print those. Okay? You know the song already. These are words in order that you already know. Okay? So it's mostly, I think it's going to just be a reminder. Find your favorite song, put it into a smaller font that is normal size that you're going to see in society, and learn how to read those lyrics. Because you know the words, now you just have to learn how to read them. And you can piece it together when it's something you already know. You already know the story. You already know it. Okay, so let me see. What did I put on my notes? Lyrical linguistics. Watch your favorite YouTube songs with the lyrics. Oh yeah, because you can. When you're searching on YouTube, if you want to find a song, you can actually write the name of the song and then put in lyrics, and you will most likely find a video that has the lyrics on the screen. So even if you don't have a partner, but you can sound out the name of your favorite song or the artist, etc., it's easier. You can find that song with the lyrics on the video screen. Okay, let me see. What else did I say? Find the lyrics and print it word for word. Okay, and finer print if you really want to challenge yourself. Like I said, this is all of the lyrics for It's Tricky. If you really want to practice and you love the song, find the lyrics and get that writing journal that I hope that you've gotten and rewrite the lyrics. Rewrite them in your journal, and you will learn. You will make your brain transfer what you're reading, what you already know, into writing. Okay, so let's see. Number 4 is going to be personal spelling tests lists. I'm almost intimidated about what I've been working on. Okay, let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I was right to be intimidated. Okay, hopefully a standard. Personal spelling test lists. The concept for this is, number one, I do want all of you who are learning how to read and write to be creating your personal spelling lists. What I come across is not your personal life. You are coming across words and situations that I wouldn't know about. You need to create your own personal spelling list. When you come across a word that you want to know how to spell, you need to create your own personal spelling list. The secondary reason that I wanted to do this worksheet is because of those of us who do know how to read. I can tell you this because I know y'all are working with some people, a lot of y'all are working with some people who want to help and might be struggling with what exactly you're struggling with. Because this is the facts. Most of us who did learn how to read in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade in the United States, because we were so young, we don't remember how we learned, okay? We don't remember as adults how we learned, and sometimes that causes us and myself to be insensitive of what an adult is going through. It's true, and it's not intentional. We learned it young, where there's only certain things that you remember, okay? So have patience on us, and I wanted to do this secondary worksheet to also encourage the adults who are helping new adult learners to stay compassionate. And I'm telling you, it is hard. It is hard. It's hard. So watch how pay attention to my thinking. I'm hoping that you get it. Okay. So the spelling test list. Now I know how to spell. So what's difficult for me? What's difficult for me is adding vocabulary or learning a new language, etc. Okay. So I'm going to encourage those of you who are an adult teacher or adult ABC or adult literacy student. I'm going to encourage you to do something that puts you outside of your comfort zone as well, because it sucks, and it does help you remember that that adult learner is really struggling with something that is easy for you, okay? This is easy for me. I have apologized from the first of my videos. Forgive me when I don't get it, because sometimes I'm going to be insensitive, okay? So this is what I did. Okay, check it, because look, that's why I was intimidated, because this was the last part that took me so flippin' long. Okay. Spelling test list. Here we go. Here's my notes. For the adult literacy learner, you do want to be making your own weekly list of what you want to study. Not just what I'm telling you to study. Make your own list. It's not going to be in alphabetical order. Life does not happen in alphabetical order. Make your own list, okay? Have a schedule for practicing that. We are human beings. If you don't make a schedule, it ain't gonna happen. So make a schedule, okay? And then for those of you who are at that 3rd and 4th grade reading level already, then you want to start working on vocabulary, increasing your vocabulary list. You might have the verbal ability to understand a lot of words, but you know that you want to learn how to spell it. Okay, so this is what I did to somehow sort of maybe, hopefully keep me humble, but I can be quite arrogant, so forgive me. So this is what I did. I went into this YouTube channel and looked at my demographics, because since COVID hit, I've really jumped in followers, and I wanted to know, where are my demographics happening? Whoa! Okay, this is what I learned. According to YouTube and my internal data, the top 4 places that are watching this channel are, of course, the United States, Britain, which is English speaking, Canada, which is mostly English speaking except for where it speaks French, and in Nigeria. Those are my 4 top areas. So I said, you know what? I am uncomfortable. Let me dive into this discomfort. I'm uncomfortable because I was born here in the United States. I am quite privileged. It is absolutely true. When I look at the rest of the world, I realize I'm privileged. So this is what I did to make myself uncomfortable. All right, close up. This is your homework worksheet. You can put your words, your own personal spelling words, and you can put a sentence across however you want to practice. It's there if you want to use it. Use any piece of paper you want. Okay. But to make myself uncomfortable about things I want to learn, but I'm uncomfortable about, so that all of you, each lesson 10, can laugh at me for just sucking at what I'm trying to learn. All right, I'm going to show you for lesson 8, because I did one for A through Z. All right, here's a close-up. This is my personal spelling test or spelling vocabulary list, and I'm going to hit myself with one of these every single week. All right, come back. So this is what I did. All right, I do want to build my vocabulary. So over here I took this calendar called Words You Should Know to Sound Smart. I took this calendar and I cut it up, and I picked 1 or 2, mostly 2, new vocabulary words that I'm not familiar with. Some of them I don't know how to pronounce, okay? So y'all who are like, you know, hey Tatiana, stop acting like this is easy. On lesson 10, I will remind you that we're all learning, always learning. So I picked vocabulary words I don't know or don't know how to use really very well. I want to learn Morse code. I put Morse code here, Morse code here. I've always wanted to learn Morse code. So I'm putting it there to learn Morse code. I've got a picture over here which is going to be the sign language of the letter. Now I do know, because I did study in college sign language when I was getting my master's degree. I focused on sign language in elementary education. So I actually do know some sign language, but there are a few letters in the alphabet that I often confuse. So I'm not a pro, so Tatiana is going to try to focus on finalizing my education on that. This blue box is going to be about Nigeria. It is going to be about what I researched about Nigeria, so I can try my best to understand the culture of a country that is huge. Africa is huge, and there is a lot of many different languages happening across Africa. I think people in the United States underestimate how big Africa is, and I think in the United States, I think we do. I think we underestimate the political power, and I think they don't understand all of the political things that are happening there. However, most of the areas that I have researched so far, English is the business language. Even though that there are many languages, many fascinating cultural languages, English is the business language. So I'm going to guess at this point, because I can't get that data, I'm going to guess that that's why I am getting followers from Nigeria, plus the fact that Nigeria is developed enough that they have internet access. There are many areas in Africa that don't have internet access. So I'm just going to guess at this point that that's what's going on. So I'm going to try to teach myself a little bit about the culture. Okay, regarding Canada, here's my Canada section. Canada, I actually know a very good friend of mine moved to Canada right before COVID hit, and those of you who are here in real time regarding COVID, Canada shut the borders to like everywhere, but especially the United States, which I am an advocate of. They shut the borders, so my friend is, I feel, quite safe from the United States right now. But that friend lives in Quebec, Canada, and Quebec is French. It's French history, mostly French history. So I have always wanted to learn French. So this is where you're going to really laugh at me, all y'all who are in Canada, who are English speaking, because I don't get to know what region of Canada you're in, but I have had this book for a while. I'll give you a close-up. It's called Dirty French, Everyday Slang from What's Up to Fuck Off. Okay? Come on back. Okay, so I took 26 for each of the okay, so 26 lessons. I have pulled out incredibly inappropriate comments that are in French, and I wrote them in English for those of you who want to learn some American commentary. Okay, hopefully it's funny as we go along. Okay, so for example, no, I'll do all the worksheets at the end, trying my best to figure out how to do lesson 10 as a standard. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that was intimidating, because this was intimidating. It's all intimidating, so it was my best thing I could do, was to embarrass myself for you. So thank you if you picked up on me trying to be kind, because it's true. It's true. I know how to read, and I ask you for forgiveness for every time that I am insensitive and don't quite get what you're going through. Okay? I just want you to know that. Okay, here we go. Explaining, reminder, this is going to be A10. After this, I'm not explaining what I'm doing. Y'all just get on board and roll with it. Okay, 5. Okay, be right back. All right, Worksheet 5. Okay, give you a close-up of this. Okay, so I'm hoping to get different artists to do some coloring sheets that are adult, okay? There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. It's COVID. Nothing is guaranteed, okay? But I did get a friend of mine over here at Poseidon Ink, which is a tattoo shop, okay? He did a drawing for us. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to be available. I'm not sure if I can get anybody else. If I get somebody when the series is done, you know, it's cool. It'll get posted if I get it. If I get it, you got it, okay? But like I've talked about before, I want a coloring book for adults. Nobody's made it yet, okay? But so far what I did was, you know, when we're doing that cocktail, you know, A is for Appletini. You know, I've got the letter A. I've got a large. My goal is, if I can get artists to do this for free, since my videos are for free, is to get a large image. This is an apple, a big apple, a large image for those of you who are on that reading and writing level 1 who still need big areas, and then some detailed, you know, I'm just a fan of hotties, so, you know, we put in some more detailed pictures for when you want to fine tune and use those colored pencils, etc. Okay, so that's the goal. It's not guaranteed that it'll be standard, but I'm hoping that it becomes standard. So, coloring sheets. Again, let's remember, why are we doing coloring sheets? To work on your fine motor skills, which will improve your writing. Okay? Yeah, it's coloring, but it's not about being a child. It is about focusing your motor skills in a fun way. And we are adults, so personally I like cocktails, hotties, so hopefully it's fun, my dears. Okay, like I said, not guaranteed, but we'll see what we can do. I think we got letters A, B, and C for shizzle so far. Okay, so if I get more, I'll post them. If I don't get more, or I get them later, I'll post them on the Facebook page. Okay, I give you what I got when I get it. Okay, number 6 worksheet. Be right back. Handwriting. Boop. Here we go. Handwriting. Okay, this is just extra practice. It's a reminder, actually, because I've already posted this. It's a reminder to practice your handwriting. We've got the Danielian print and the Danielian cursive, which is my favorite font. So all of these worksheets are now available on the Facebook page, Danielian print and Danielian handwriting. Download them all. Make your personal schedule for how you're going to do your homework for extra practice, okay? Work with whoever you're working with, or work with yourself and make that system so that you practice your handwriting, okay? All right. That's it for explanation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause, probably have a cocktail, because like today has been hardcore hard for me. Thanks, y'all. I know we all have bad days. Okay, but if I do create or invent, I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to quote myself from like 2 weeks ago. If I invent more worksheets than these, those will be for sale so that I can get rich. Suck it. Alright, I actually love you peeps. Okay, I'm going to come back after the break and I'm going to do my best to test run how can I do those worksheets for you, and whatever that test run looks like, we're going to work from that test run on lessons BC, etc. 10. Okay? Alright, see you in just a minute. Mwah!
This is Lesson 10. Get ready for a quick breakdown of homework. You can find these downloads for free on Facebook at Happiness Homemade for You.
Hey everyone. Okay, so here we are. We are at A10, and here are the worksheets for the Series A. If you would like that extra practice, reminder: my vocabulary words come from this calendar. Words you should know to sound smart. I don't know if I'm going to sound smart, but I'm going to try. And my French that I'm studying on my challenge worksheet is from this book called Dirty French by Adrienne Clouthier and Henry Rowe. Yes, I am not going to pronounce my French correctly, so I hope you all enjoy me getting my comeuppance on me struggling on language stuff too. Okay, so here we go. Worksheet 1 is our 60-second badass blitz. Okay, starts with the letter A for Series A and the alphabet out of order. And I believe that I had room for 24 letters, and we have 26 letters. So your bonus on these, of course, is to see if you can, after you have done the 60-second badass blitz, to see how far you can get saying the letter and writing the letter in 60 seconds, see how far you can get, is to go back and try and say the alphabet in order. A, B, C, okay, and then go through the alphabet and find out which letters are missing. Okay, that's your bonus there. So, and remember, all of these are going to be available on the Facebook page, and you don't need my worksheets. Now that you have seen lessons 8 through 10, I've created a pattern for you to make your own. The pattern is going to repeat. After A10, not explaining again, and you have the pattern, you have my curriculum. You'll be able to figure out what I've done and create it yourself if you're not able to download. If you are, like I said, Facebook, Happiness Homemade for You on Facebook. Let's see, worksheet number 2, we got our word searches. Put that up on the screen for you. This is level 1. Level 1, it has the lines on it, so it's easier to keep track of your letters. And I'm going to read along the right-hand side what words, and you'll remember that these words came up during our entire lesson A, so I'm going to read them top to bottom. Late, date, day, clay, hat, laugh, bread, bead, team, boat, all, chair, bear, care, dollar, naked, Andy spelled 2 ways, Andy and Andy, remember from that Steve Martin book, and the word air. All right, come on back. Here we go, and your level 2 word search are bonus words. They're a little bit longer words that I put on this list, and you'll see up close that they don't have the lines, okay? And these can be, I think it's up, down, and diagonal that you can find these words on the second level. Reading the words on the top, on the right-hand side, from top to bottom: bacon, dollar, Adam, antlers, animals, naked, apple, appletini, anteve, alphabet, anchovy, capitals. You see that apostrophe S? That was in our lesson with the apostrophe, but of course on a word search it's not going to have an apostrophe. All right, come on back. Reminder, make your own lyrical linguistics or get your YouTube video, and when you find that song that you like, look for it with the lyrics on the screen and you can read along there. That's one way to practice reading. Okay, here is my challenge for the week. Whew. Here we go. I'll put it up on the screen for you. So for those of you who are helpers, if you're looking for something to challenge yourself, you don't have the time to put it together, you're welcome to use mine, or it's an example of how you, as the learner, can arrange your own study sheet. But for those of you who are going to use mine, my vocabulary word this week is apropos, meaning with regard or reference to something, the sentence that they give for an example is Charlie began screaming the words, "Too late, too late," apropos of nothing. Okay, let's see. How do I pronounce this next word? Absturge. To wipe clean, to erase. Absturge. I can use that for my whiteboard over here. The sentence they give for an example: because Roger had been a juvenile when he committed vandalism, the court agreed to absturge his record. On the bottom left, I've got the letter A, and on the bottom it's, how do you call it? I think it's called dit. The dot and the dash. Now I have to learn that too. Okay, and that's letter A. Nigeria.
My word for the week is Nigeria, the name of the country in West Africa. Nigeria, an African country on the Gulf of Guinea, has many natural landmarks and wildlife reserves. Protected areas such as Cross River National Park and Yankari National Park have waterfalls, dense rainforest, savanna, and rare private habitats. One of the most recognizable sites is Zuma Rock, which I look forward to learning about, which is a 725-meter tall monolith outside the capital of Abuja that's pictured on the national currency. So forgive me for the words I'm saying incorrectly, but this is my first foray into Nigeria, and I think it's going to be fun.
Here we go, and then we've got the last one, which is me practicing my sign language on the bottom, which is the letter A. Come on back, I'll show you. It's a fist. Those of you who I was saying, that like to be a kinesthetic learner, learn your sign language with me. So the letter A. All right, come on back to the screen, and what did I have here? Okay, in French, where I'm just gonna massacre it because I don't know how to pronounce it in French. Bonjour toi, which in this book says, "Hey babe, good morning." So I think it's supposed to be kind of slangy if you do toi, I guess. All right, come on back. So that's my challenge, and like I said, you've got your list that I've made, sheet that I've made for you if you want to make your own. And let's see, what else do we got? We do have a coloring sheet for this week. For this series, letter A. We've got A is for Appletini. You've got an apple, and you've got the hottie sitting on top of that. Appletini. And this one was done by Poseidon Ink. I've also got this coloring sheet, which is big and bold. Those of you who are still learning how to work on your fine motor skills, you've got the big, bold, and you've got some little dots in here for fine-tuning your skills. This came out of this total old coloring book that I have, and but the paper is actually that color because it's so old. Anyway, and then of course your boldest, if you're still truly have not practiced writing at all, get yourself a nice big thick crayon, and you can color this in and start fine-tuning your skills with the letter A. All right, and let's see what else we got left. You've got your handwriting sheets. Reminder, all of the handwriting sheets in cursive and in print are available on the Facebook page. In fact, today I got a notification that somebody had taken the whole album and shared it with someone. So you're welcome to do that too. Those of you who are working for adult literacy, volunteer organizations, etc., you are more than welcome to grab those. And like I said, I do try to remember to give credit where credit is due. This is a Denelian font. I took screenshots of each of the letters and then had to edit it and break it down. But you can purchase handwriting books, handwriting practice books on Amazon.com. Just look up Denelian. Those of you, if this channel is new to you, capital D. I believe this is how it's spelled, Denelian, right? Do I have a Denelian handwriting book? I don't. Okay, so that's Denelian handwriting right there, which we practice a little bit in lesson A1. Okay, if you're not sure how to do the letter yet, if you're watching this out of order. Okay, those are your worksheets for this week. If you want to have that extra practice, and we have made it all the way to A10. That means that I've got most of the curriculum organized for the rest of the entire series. So hopefully we get to crank those out some more. Like I said, those lessons will go faster because no explanations. And a reminder also, those of you who are the tutor or the person who is assisting in any way, or you're working with another adult literacy organization, you can make your own, let's see, you can make all of your own word searches on this website. And what I did was I just cut and pasted it into my template that I made. But you can actually make them online and send the link. So it's really a really cool website. You can make your own, and I think when you create it, it stays up there for like a month, something like that. What I did was I took screenshots of what I created so that it wouldn't disappear later. But that is at thewordsearch.com/maker. All right. So rockin' and rollin'. I will see you all in lesson B1. Continue being a badass until I see you then.
Thank you for watching Badass ABCs by Happiness Homemade for You. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, O. The bad